Our next topic is azeotropic mixture or constant boiling mixture. What is azeotropic mixture? Liquid mixture having a definite composition of different components and boiling like a pure liquid is called azeotrope. It means suppose we have two different liquids A and B, and these two liquid mixture have different boiling point. Then if a mixture is formed by mixing A and B liquid, and if the mixture having the A and B components, if this liquid mixture will boil like a pure liquid, that is the composition of liquid phase and the vapor phase of this liquid mixture if same, then this liquid mixture form is known as azeotrope. It means this liquid mixture have a constant boiling point. If two different liquid having different boiling point mixed to form a liquid mixture having a definite composition, it means definite mole fraction of A and B components, then this liquid mixture if boil at a constant boiling point, then this liquid mixture form is known as azeotrope. And these azeotropes are of two types. Azeotropes are of two types. Azeotropes showing a positive deviation from Raoult's law, that is there are two types of azeotropes showing positive deviation from Raoult's law and positive deviation from Raoult's law and negative deviation from Raoult's law will form minimum boiling azeotropes and second is maximum boiling azeotropes. First is minimum boiling azeotropes. Suppose there are two liquid ethanol and water. Ethanol and water. If these two liquid mixture are formed and the liquid mixture having the composition of 95.4% ethanol and 4.6% water, then this composition of ethanol and water will form a mixture which is known as constant boiling mixture, also known as azeotropic mixture or azeotropes. Because if we take ethanol, boiling point of ethanol is 351.3 Kelvin and the boiling point of water is 373 Kelvin. These two pure liquid have different boiling point. Water having 373 Kelvin and ethanol having 351.3 Kelvin. And if the liquid mixture in which the percentage composition of ethanol is 95.4% and water having the 4.6% composition, then this composition will form a azeotropic mixture, because now this liquid mixture will boil at a constant temperature whose boiling point is equal to 351.1 Kelvin. This is the boiling point of both the component having the ethanol and water. That is, the boiling point of liquid mixture is lesser than the boiling point of either of these two pure components. That is, the liquid mixture which is formed by mixing water and ethanol will have the lesser boiling point as compared to the boiling point of either of these two pure components. This type of liquid mixture will boil at a minimum boiling point, because if the boiling point is low, then vapor pressure of liquid mixture will high, So at a definite composition of liquid mixture, at this composition having 95.4% ethanol and 4.6% water, at this composition, this liquid mixture will boil at 351.1 Kelvin, which is the lesser boiling point of these two pure components. And this is the boiling point of this liquid mixture. It means at 351 Kelvin, this liquid mixture will boil like a pure liquid. It means if the liquid boil will form the vapors having both ethanol and water, the composition of vapor phase and the liquid mixture is same. So this is a azeotropic mixture showing lesser boiling point as compared to either of these two pure component. So this is the liquid mixture which is minimum boiling azeotropes. Why this is called minimum boiling azeotrope? Because the liquid mixture boiling point is lesser than either of these two pure component. Second type of azeotropes are maximum boiling azeotrope. Maximum boiling azeotropes means liquid mixture having maximum boiling point as compared to either of these two pure component. Suppose we have two pure liquid, suppose nitric acid and water, and the water having boiling point 373 Kelvin and the boiling point of nitric acid is 359 Kelvin. If a liquid mixture is formed by mixing nitric acid and water, in which the percentage composition of nitric acid is 68% by mass and water having 32% by mass. At this composition, the liquid mixture having nitric acid and water will boil like a pure liquid. It means the liquid after boiling will form the vapors having the vapors of nitric acid and water. This vapors have same composition as the composition of liquid mixture. It means the mole fraction of nitric acid and water in vapor state is same as the mole fraction in the liquid mixture of nitric acid and water. And this liquid mixture will now boil at a higher boiling point which is more than either of these two pure components. This liquid mixture will now boil a temperature having boiling point 393.5 Kelvin. That is azeotropic mixture having higher boiling point as compared to either of these two pure components. And if the boiling point of liquid mixture is higher as compared to either of these pure component, then the vapor pressure is less. Because higher the boiling point of liquid mixture, lesser is the vapor pressure. And lesser is the vapor pressure, more is the temperature required to boil a liquid mixture. So this type of liquid mixture form having the higher boiling point as compared to either of these two pure component, because this liquid mixture have higher intermolecular forces as compared to either of these two pure component. So this type of liquid mixture is having a maximum boiling azeotrope, known as maximum boiling azeotrope, because the liquid mixture have maximum boiling point, more boiling point as compared to either of these two pure component, because after mixing the intermolecular forces between the liquid component increases, and at a definite composition, a definite mole fraction, yet a definite composition, the liquid mixture will boil like a pure liquid. That is the composition of liquid mixture, and vapor phase will have same composition. So this liquid mixture is known as azeotrope, having the maximum boiling point as compared to either of pure component. So it is known as maximum boiling azeotrope. So we have studied two type of liquid mixture having the minimum boiling azeotropes and maximum boiling azeotropes. Again, see its definition. Liquid mixture having a definite composition, that is the ethanol and water. At this composition, this liquid mixture will boil like a pure liquid having boiling point lesser than either of these pure component. and due to lesser boiling point vapor pressure will increases. So this liquid mixture will boil at lower temperature, either of these two pure component, and will form minimum boiling azeotrope, and second is the maximum boiling azeotrope. Suppose these two liquid mixture mixed to form a solution having this and this composition: nitric acid 68% by mass, water 32% by mass. At this composition, this liquid mixture have higher boiling point as compared to either of pure components. So this liquid mixture will form maximum boiling azeotropes. Thank you, students.